This program and its contents are designed for information and educational purposes only. This program does not render medical advice or professional services and is not intended to be a substitute for professional care. The information provided here should not be used for the purposes of diagnosing or treating a medical or psychiatric condition. If you have or suspect you may have a health problem, consult your healthcare provider.
Hi, we're back with Momo from Inner Habitats, and we were just talking about how to honor our feelings. And one of the things we talked about is being able to make sure that we teach this in the schools, make this become, if possible, let this become a normal part of our bringing up our kids and our families and our schools. You know, NLP, emotion regulation. How can we regulate our emotions if we don't know what they are? You know, you talked to,
yeah,
you know.
Difficult. For me to honor your feelings is honor yourself.
Right.
Because we have a body, we have emotions, we have thoughts, we have a spiritual part too, and we need to put all our bodies together.
You know,
and yeah, it's when you are in your center. You know, when you have your spiritual part, that you are a spirit, that you are a body, and you are a mind.
It's a holistic approach,
yeah,
you know, being all in one. And, you know, and I know when I was growing up, we were talking about the Trinity, you know, God, Jesus, and the Holy Spirit. This is a different kind of Trinity. We're talking the spirituality, the mind, and the body.
Yeah.
And, you know, if we could go mainstream, and I hate to say that there's a movement, but people are becoming more aware that we need to be more centered, we need to be more in touch with ourselves in order to be more in touch with other people. Because how can we love, you know, how many times have we heard, you can't love unless you're loved. You know, you love yourself. But, you know, to me,
it doesn't mean that we don't love.
Right.
We love in a, I don't want to say not a correct way, but sometimes we are doing something that after the consequence, we are paying for this consequence.
Right, because it seems to be more of a codependent or a unhealthy, let's use the word unhealthy.
Yeah, it's
because we can love, I need. No, you know, when you don't need somebody and you want them to be there, that's more love than, you know, and
it's freedom.
There
the
you
love,
go.
it's free again, you know, it's like, yeah, we need to understand why we love some people and in which way we are loving them.
And isn't loving them still a reflection of us?
Of course.
And so can you kind of explain that just,
Oh
you know,
my
if you,
God.
I mean, I know.
It's a long
well, okay.
a step of therapy or personal growth or whatever you want to call. For me, we are giving the other people the things that we need.
Okay.
And we know that unconsciously we try to compensate of our stuff. You know, if you give me a present, unconsciously I give you another present that can be in different way. If you invite me to dinner, it's possible I buy you something.
Okay.
But we try to compensate these things.
Okay.
It's something that is unconscious in the human, being a human. And with love it's the same. If I am giving love, means that you are going to return me this. That means sometimes I am giving you a lot because I need a lot. But if I have the understanding that why I am loving these people so much, I can understand what my necessities is, what my, you say currents?
I'm sorry.
The things that I don't have. You know?
Okay, yes.
If in my childhood I needed more love, in my future I was watching for this and asking the rest of the world for the things that I didn't have in my being a kid.
So basically what you're saying is we're getting our needs met outside of us and we're not really, I can see where, and I have, a lot of us have gotten into unhealthy relationships, and that's why relationships end.
Yeah.
Because, we've grown and maybe they haven't.
Yeah.
And, you know, some of the stuff we've talked about through our show today has been so phenomenal and so empowering, and your wisdom has come through, and I just, you are so wise, and
everyone can be wise. It's only learning and be open for learn.
But that, you just said the key right there, being open.
Yeah.
And we have been taught as a society to be closed off. Don't feel this way, just buck up, just deal with it, blah, blah, blah. Boys aren't supposed to cry, women, you know, use tears as weapons. And that's not necessarily the case, but it's just how we've understood it, because, you know, it's scary because we don't know how to console or, you know, whatever. So
it's more scary than we thought. It's less scary than we thought. We thought that it's so scary, and this is the reason we don't make an action or we don't make the next step. But sometimes it's not true. It's our mind telling us, don't move. Yeah.
I would love to continue this, but we got to wrap this up right now. We've had a wonderful conversation.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Oh, thank you for being
nice
here.
To speak with you.
Oh, you got a hug. Okay. I just got the urge to hug.